Hey everybody, this is Bob Bugtell, and this is the first in a series of 3 videos on how to make spiced rum and then a drink from it. This all comes from Eric Felton's column in the Wall Street Journal, and all credit goes to him. On my blog, you will see a link to his full article, as well as his recipe that I originally used, and my recipe that I've customized. And hopefully, if you like spiced rum and spiced rum drinks, you'll experiment with this a little bit, make it yours, and please, if you do, share it with us so that maybe your recipe is even more awesome than mine. Okay, well, let's get started. Okay, folks, now we're starting the demo, and here's all the ingredients laid out. We've got 2 bottles of Barbancourt 4-year-old rum, which Eric Felton had recommended. I did try the 8-year-old, and it was just too dry. This is a little bit sweeter, and you know, but again, that's my taste. So you can mess around with it as much as you want. These are brand new bottles, and you might say, why am I going to spice 2 bottles? Well, one, it's basically just as hard to do 1 as it is to do 2. Number 2, I've already cut the ginger, but it's a big piece of ginger, and this could have done 3 bottles without any problem, and I just don't like to waste stuff. Plus, the vanilla beans that I get, and all of these ingredients are listed on the blog, so please check it out for full information, as well as Eric Felton's original column, his original recipe, and my new recipe that I've evolved over the years. These are the vanilla beans, and I buy these. They cost a bunch, but I buy these because they're nice and fresh. They're still oily. If you buy the ones in the supermarket in the little plastic envelope, they're kind of dried out, and I don't think they have as much flavor. These come in a sealed glass bottle. Okay, so you can see the seal there, and I have to basically do surgery on it to get it off. So I'm just going to use my knife here to see, when they seal these things, they want it to stay. And then we have whole cloves, allspice berries, ground nutmeg, telecherry peppers. Where you can get all of these? Found on the blog. And normally I would not put the orange peel in right now, but I want you to see how it's done, and really I don't think it matters that much whether it goes in together or not. So okay, let's get started. I've pre-cut and poured some of the spices, like the ginger and the peppers and stuff. So, and I cut the ginger slices in half so that they'll fit into the neck of the bottle. And they'll also come out easier because as they soak in the rum for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, maybe more even, they will swell up. So we gotta finish getting in the cloves and the peppercorns and the allspice berries. Okay, that's 1, and then we have, and I just put these in a shot glass. Now on this one I have pre-cut the cinnamon. The cinnamon stick, like this, it will fit into the neck of the bottle, but I found out the hard way that is not the thing that you want to do, because when it gets wet and it swells up, it's going to spread out into a flat sheet. and you'll never get it out of the neck of the bottle. So I'll show you how to cut one up in a little minute here. Get in there. My wife and I like a lot of ginger, so we put a bunch in. But you can start out, you know, I mean, like I say, you can customize this recipe basically any way you want. All right, so now these are done. I'm going to need 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground nutmeg. And I only have a 1/4 teaspoon. That's the smallest measuring spoon that I have. So I just fill it up about halfway or so. You know, whatever looks right. And pour that in. There we go. Okay, so we're done with these. We're done with all the spices. So we'll get them out of the way. Now we got to do the vanilla beans. And as you can see, when they come out, they're long. And what we have to do is we have to cut them in half. So you need a really sharp knife. And my wife picked this Wusthof sharpener up at the store one day, and it has proven to be the most awesome sharpener I've ever had. I mean, it's so easy to use, so quick, and it makes a blade so sharp that you can shave with it. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can. So we got to split the vanilla bean up the middle, and it's so nice and fresh. There's all kind of vanilla bean oil on there, so it makes one's fingers a little bit messy, but oh, they smell good afterwards. So see, there's a silver lining in everything. Okay, so now that I've split one, I'll put both halves into one bottle, and then I go and I slit the other one. When you start out doing this, before you get the hang of it, you might want to do this on a cutting board. Because I've been doing this for years. Eric Felton came out with his column in 2009. So here it is, 2013, so I've been doing it for quite a while. Okay. Now the last thing we have to do, and then you can go, is cut the orange peel. Now, it's we don't want to get any of the white on there. In other words, I'm going to go and make a sacrificial slice here that's going to be way too thick, okay? And you're going to see the white on there. That's called pith, P-I-T-H. You don't want that because it's bitter. So you take your razor sharp knife, and this is why you really need a very, very sharp knife. And it's going to take you some practice, but you want to go and cut the orange peel so the back of it is basically orange. And I got some vanilla bean stuff on my finger, so I'll just smear that on. It's going to be too big not to get in, but remember, they're going to swell when they get wet. So we're going to cut the peel up, and do the other one. And another reason for doing 2 bottles, when it comes to decanting, it's just as much mess to get one bottle decanted as it is another, because you have to take out the spices. And then, more importantly, you have 2 bottles of spiced rum to make drinks with. Okay, that is how we did everything. Look on the, oh, sorry. The cinnamon stick, almost forgot. My bad. I have a little tiny piece of wire cutters that came in a little tool set that my wife gave me one day, and it has turned out to be so totally useful because cinnamon stick is hard, it's brittle, it wants to break up in funny pieces. I've tried using a knife, and I kept all my fingers, but it was a close thing. So you can break it up into little pieces like this, and just cut it like so. A piece like that is fine, because remember, these are going to swell up and they're not going to want to come out of the bottle. There you go. And if you ask, can I make the pieces too small, the answer is no. A piece like this is just fine. About an inch long. Because when you go to get them out, you want them to come out as easy as possible. Vigorous little guy. Okay, so that's how you dismantle the cinnamon stick. Look on my blog for everything else. Links, recipes, links to Mr. Felton's original column on the Wall Street Journal. And so come back in a little while, and we'll see how you decant the spiced rum. Bye!